Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Trilby's Notes. Alright, so now we are still back in the proper hotel. I'm trying to press enter to bring up the prompt, but you just start typing. The lobby of the Clanwanbrin Hotel did its best to appear welcoming. The reception desk was well polished, and the pigeonholes, while empty, were recently dusted. I was frankly astonished that Matthew Defoe's painting had survived the immolation of Defoe Manor. As I stared at it, it seemed that the surrounding room began to blur until only the painting was in focus. I fancied I could hear the creaks and whispers of Defoe Manor's hallways. I felt a bizarre urge to reach out and touch the painting. You might want to quell those urges because that is probably bad news bears, but we're going to do it anyways. Okay, we can actually get in here just right away. The air in the hotel office was swimming with dust. The proprietors clearly felt that record-keeping was more of a formality than a necessity. In the corner of the room was a diminutive but sturdy steel safe. Look at the books. Useless piles of hotel maintenance paperwork and correspondence, no doubt. There was virtually nothing on the desk, and it lacked a chair. Obviously, very little work was actually done here. Can I, like, open this? The only drawer was empty. Oh, well. Useless piles of crap. Fine. Look at the safe. The door was thick, but the lock was an old commercial brand I was highly skilled in cracking. Well, then, open that safe, baby. I hadn't had cause to crack safes for some time, but my hands instantly went into automatic, the thieving mindset returning like an old friend. Oh, okay. I thought he was about to say, like, I didn't need to open the safe. Like, yeah, you do. When the job was done and the safe opened, my nostalgia faded into puzzlement when I found it empty. Just for once, I'd like to crack a safe that actually contained something. Is that so much to ask? Oh, Trilby, you card you. The safe was completely empty. I wasn't sure whether to be relieved or terrified. Both. I wasn't sure how to. Fine, we'll just leave it open. We'll just leave our fingerprints everywhere, too, while we're at it. This is why you were caught, Trilby. Yeah, I'm looking at you. Don't you walk away from me. I'm basically arguing with myself here. Alright, as much as I think this is a bad idea, the game said I could, so sure. Touch the painting. As I stepped closer, I could feel sound becoming muffled and my head spinning as if I were about to faint. My hand, as if pulled by an invisible string, reached out towards the clumsy brushstrokes. Defoe Manor, July 28th, AD 1821. Matthew Defoe is 15 years old today. He's excitedly putting the finishing touches to a painting which his father commented on encouragingly. The first time he has ever been supportive of Matthew's artistic leanings. Matthew is now convinced that his father is lifting from the mysterious depression that has plagued him for as long as either of them can remember. Now, he intends to make the painting absolutely perfect before showing it again. Knock knock. Master Matthew? Sir Roderick has requested your presence in the trophy room. Thank you, James. And if it would be so good to inform him that I will be retiring for the night? And if you would be so good. Very good, James. Very good, James. Ah, there you are, boy. Let me introduce my son, Matthew. Hello. This is my friend, Mr. Smith. He's an expert on African tribal art. Well, just a scholar, hardly even that, just someone with an interest in the subject. And he has offered to assess the figurine I brought back from my travels. I wasn't aware you had a family, Sir Roderick. Is your wife home too? Regrettably, Belinda is no longer with us. Oh, I'm sorry. Quite all right. You couldn't have known. Should I be giving them accents? Oh, quite all right, old chap. She succumbed to illness shortly after Matthew was born. Awkward. I finished the painting I showed you, Father. Oh, good. Well, Mr. Smith, what do you think of the piece? It's an intriguing little puzzler, actually. The design is reminiscent of a few Central African tribal gods I'm aware of. But to be honest, I've never seen anything like this before. May I ask how you acquired it? I'm glad you asked. It was 20 years ago, when I was a younger man, on my first travels in the Dark Continent. We were traveling along the west coast when our bearer spotted a ship that had run aground. It was an English clipper named the Sea Angel, and a short exploration revealed that every single crewman had just disappeared, or had disappeared. Of course, we immediately sent a letter to the nearest embassy to report the finding. But the point is, it was on the lowest deck of the ship that I found this very figurine you see before you today. What an extraordinary tale. But how do you account for there being an African treble carving on a British vessel? Vessel? We were as confused as you are. It wasn't a slave trading vessel, but there must have been a Negro on the crew. It has been a personal mystery of mine ever since. I was hoping you could help shed a little light on the matter. But there is more to tell. I haven't even begun to recount the strange events that have surrounded this artifact. Would you care for a glass of brandy? Thank you, that would be most kind. Matthew, fetch the brandy from the kitchen, and some glasses. Yes, father. Oh shit, I have control of him now. Alright. We've gone into the past. Defoe's manor kitchen was small and somewhat sparsely furnished, in contrast to the wealth of the house as a whole. Besides the sideboard, the only furniture was a large wooden table and a narrow drinks cabinet in the corner. Above the sideboard, there was a row of assorted utensils and knives, and someone had left a brown leather apron on the kitchen table. Oh boy! Look at the knife! A selection of knives were arranged conveniently above the sideboard. One of them was Sir Roderick's old jungle machete, which he liked to keep there as some sort of joke. Take the machete. I didn't understand the word machete. Did I spell it wrong? I did. Look at... with a single T. Yep, okay. Look at the apron. Apron! It was a tough, well-used brown leather apron. Matthew wondered which member of the staff had been using it. Well, Matthew, I think it's about to be you. Or your dad, or whoever. Yeah, you like staring blankly. Get drinks. Matthew died that he could have taken that with him. Mrs. Beaton didn't like it when people went into her pantry. That makes her angry. You wouldn't want to see Mrs. Beaton angry. The door was locked, as always, but there was a substantial gap of about an inch at the bottom of the door. Oh, that's right, because later on, when we came to it, this was covered up, right? Then we have to like break it down or whatever. That's right. I'm trying to actually like remember the layout from the original game. What if I knock on the door? That didn't make sense to Matthew. I'll bet it didn't. Alright, well, let's just... Alright, what was it called out specifically in the room? You've got a sideboard, a large table, narrow drinks cabinet. Matthew took the brandy bottle and a pair of appropriate glasses. Hello? Or hello, you haven't tried to speak to me in a while. Oh, that's right, by this point he already knows him. Bang, bang. Gunshots! I did another painting today. I showed it to Father, and he said it was promising. I keep trying to tell him about you. But he never listens. You haven't knocked for me in so long, I was beginning to wonder. Bang, bang. Hey, do you want to see my painting? Bang, bang. I'm just not sure how I'd get it through the door. How could I, Trilby, possibly have known what Matthew was carrying that day? That's pretty funny. I tried to press tab to see the inventory. I'm pushing the painting under your door, okay? Just give it back when you're finished. You expect them to actually do that? How dare you, sir? You intrude on my hospitality and insult my judgment? That's Father. Get out of my house, you worm! I'd better see what's the matter. Well, enjoy that painting. I'll never get it back. Also, Daddy's mad. Time to take a drink. Okay. Father? Oh, it's you. Father, what happened? I heard shouting. That old fool told me some rubbish about my figurine. Said the only tribe it could have come from all died in slavery years ago. Actually had the nerve to accuse me of buying from a forger. I'm sorry, Father. What are you apologizing for? Where's that damn brandy? I've got it here. Give it to me! I'll go back to my room, Father. Show me your painting. Father? You said you had a painting. Show it to me. I can't, Father. And why not? Because... Come on, why not? Out with it! Because I gave it to the boy behind the door. I see. Father, go back to your room, boy. I have to write my diary entry. Yes, Father. It's skipping the rooms in between. An hour of silence passed, and Matthew grew concerned about his father. Strangely, the most disturbing thing had been Sir Roderick's reaction to Matthew mentioning the boy behind the door. In the past, raising this usually provoked a violent rage or an instant flat denial. Matthew wondered what sort of anxiety was going through his father's mind. Smash! What was that? Father, what are you doing? We keep teleporting to the other parts of the room. It's weird not actually doing the proper traveling. Oh, the door's open. Run away, Matthew! Run away! Matthew needed to know what was beyond the forbidden door. Matthew, you don't need to know. Matthew, please! Also, Matthew, the apron's gone, and... will you notice that? Above the sideboard, there was a row of assorted utensils and knives, and the kitchen table was completely bare. Selection of knives. Keep there as a joke. Well, okay, the machete's still there. Dad, is everything okay? Matthew was confused by his own reluctance. He had longed to see what was beyond this door his entire life, but now, given the chance, he was struck with fear. He peered cautiously, though, and saw a set of rough stone steps leading down to some kind of basement. I should have done this the moment you came into this world, demon child. May God forgive me for having a part in your creation. Father? What are you doing? Do you see what you've done? I didn't want him to see this. Do you see what you've done? Father, no! Father! Father! Oh. Boo! Ah! My apologies, dear boy, but I couldn't resist. You look so lost in that painting, I don't think you even saw me come in. What? What? Is everything all right, Terry? Yes. Everything's fine. It's just, for a moment there, I thought I saw... Never mind. Siobhan and I were talking about you after you ran out of the room. I said you seemed like something was making you terribly anxious. Frankly, I think that's still the case. It's okay. Really, I am. Or I'm okay, really, I am. Well, if you're sure. Also, I'm probably pronouncing her Siobhan. Siobhan, he's Abed, and she's Siobhan. I'm trying to pronounce as best I can. No guarantees I pronounce anything in this game correctly by this point. I was certain my mind was not playing tricks on me. I had been back there, in Defoe Manor, looking through the eyes of Matthew Defoe. I had seen the events that had created John Defoe. I saw his death at the hands of Sir Roderick, that terrible violent end that would bring him back as that awful wraith. But somehow, seeing that event, it was clear to me that there was more to this than the ghost of one retarded youth. There had been something very wrong about that idol, even before it was used to destroy John Defoe. Okay, that's a fair point. Yeah, it's like it was then possessed by him, but already it was supposed to be from some long tribe or whatever, or long gone tribe. A name stood out in my memory, the Sea Angel, the name of the ship on which Sir Roderick had found the figurine. I now had a lead. Professor, do you know anything about a ship called the Sea Angel? You know, it's funny you should mention that name. There's a really old wooden chisel among the Defoe Manor artifacts, and the words Sea Angel are carved into the handle. Where is this chisel? Out on display in the convention hall, next to the dining room. Oh, that's what that's there. Okay. What's all this about, Terry? It's nothing. It's just a little side project my clients want me to get into. Thank you for your help. No problem. Take care of yourself. No problem. I'm sure you'll be dead by the next time I see you. Well, what if I look at the painting and try to touch it again? I was frankly astonished that it survived. I don't know why I'm talking like this. Someone had stuck a piece of paper under the frame, perhaps for me to find. Touch the painting. I left nothing but a finger mark on the paint. So what on earth had caused that first vision? It was a page from a religious book I wasn't familiar with. I here enclose it with these notes. Victim 5, the child. I, the fifth man who desired judgment, was the child, whose father held the carving of the slave. The prince came to him and was at once rightly pleased with what he found, for the house of the child and his father already knew well the name of the king. I read all that. None of that sunk in my brain whatsoever. 2. As the prince watched, the child was thrown down by his father and broken with the wood of the prince's soul. But as the child's body, mind, and soul began to drift apart, the prince held them together, and he said, 3. You are the child, and to you I grant power, for I see in you the potential that will grant my father, the king, his greatest wish. You shall be not of the land of technology, nor the realm of magic, but of both, and thus you shall form the bridge. 4. And across the bridge the king shall come to bring his message to the men of technology. Through you, child, the bridge will come, and thus I name you the Bridge Keeper. 5. And the prince touched the child, and he was the Bridge Keeper, and his 3 aspects were granted power, so that his soul would join with the prince's soul in the wood of the tree. 6. And the Bridge Keeper rose up and threw down his father, and threw down his brother, and truly did they know the name of the king. And into the house of his father went the body and the mind of the Bridge Keeper. With the body and mind of the Bridge Keeper. Well, hot dang. I can't reread those. All right, well, hopefully, I don't truly need to fully memorize everything about that. Look at the counter, the sounter. The reception desk was a cheap pine affair and unadorned with papers or materials. Someone appeared to have left a matchbox on the desktop. Don't mind if I do. The matchbox. Only one match left. I took it anyway. The matchbox in the lobby had only one red-tipped match remaining. Not surprised. We already did this. Now, here's a big question. Will the game let us go outside? It does. Clan Bronwyn Hotel. Right, because it keeps flipping to Clan Wanbrin. Yeah, I'm not crazy. It's to help to differentiate between the two, but I don't know. It's weird to just do that, to say it. It was a pleasant summer afternoon with only a few clouds to add a picturesque feel to the clear blue sky. The beige frontage of the Clan Bronwyn Hotel was to the north. Ah, you can see them now. The hotel side and rear yards were enclosed by a high wooden fence. Taking a closer look, I noticed that there were several knotholes. Yep. Peering through the nearest hole, I saw a plain, almost featureless backyard with a lawn that severely needed a gardener's attention. So I guess it's just going to loop because, they can't go on forever. But, look, room. The hotel side and rear, I could see I could also see a fire escape running up the east exterior wall. Several knotholes. Peering through the nearest hole, I saw a small enclosed yard with a workbench and tools. I couldn't get into the fire escape from this side of the fence. I'm getting more comfortable reading the font, but I still trip up a little bit. It's tough. And then you throw in words that I don't know how to pronounce, and, well, we're just screwed. Well. I'm screwed. And then you're screwed by association because you have to listen to me fumble. Oh, it looks so much nicer in here. I was in the main stairwell of the Clan Bronwyn Hotel. Oh, hold up. Can I go to here now that we know what the purpose of this room is? So the kitchen is still unreachable. And then here, still deadbolted from the other side. Okay, so we can't get in this way. Oh, fuck me. Nice transition. Nice. Real fucking nice. Well. Okay, well, we're back here. The thing is, I'm going to assume... Now, here's the thing. Is it fixed on when it's supposed to shift, or is it random? I'd like to think that it's fixed. But I don't know if I have anything I can do here right now. I'm going to try taking a pill. I took another pill. Oh, God. I took another pill and nothing happened. Oh, you need to transition. Okay. Well, thank God. Maybe there are certain trigger points, like going that way. Jesus. Going into that room, like, we'll trigger it for right now at this junction in the game. Because I want to try to continue exploring the rest of the actual hotel here proper. But you know, we are at time, so now that we've made it back, we'll go ahead and call it a part here. So very interesting. We got to actually do a flashback, which was pretty cool, especially since it lined up with the same dialogue. With the, Father, what are you doing? Father! Like, it was the same lines from 5 Days of Strangers. So I just like it when that kind of thing gets connected and like, meshes together. But anyways, in the next video, we'll go ahead and continue checking out the rest of the regular hotel. And then, because otherwise, I'm not sure what our next end goal is. We understand now that the chisel or whatever is in that room, but I don't see any way for us to get in there. So I don't know, maybe we can come across one of the people and talk to them and maybe figure out how we can get in there. So we'll try that in the next video.